Hey guys, Sam from Baller Barbecue here. This week I'm making broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken on the Pit Boss pellet grill. This one's going to be a good one, so stick around. Okay, so we've got a head of broccoli here. I'm just going to trim it up, just chop out some of these leaves, and then I'm just going to break it up into these little bits so that it will fit into the food processor. We'll use the food processor to make this meal. We just want to go through and remove all these little bits of broccoli, leaving the stalk. You can use the stalk if you want, I don't. Now we want to get the food processor. This one here I've got a grater attachment on the top section and then just your standard blades on the bottom. But you just want to set it up so that it grinds up the broccoli nice and fine. So you just want to go ahead and just put all of your broccoli through. Once I've gone through this top bit here, I'll just blend it up even more. Just give it a shake, get it off the sides. And that'll do me. Now you just want to take a frying pan and start heating it up. Put a bit of oil in there. Once the pan's nice and hot, just go ahead and put your broccoli in the pan. We're just going to cook it for a bit to soften it up some. Now just give it a stir around. I think I need a little bit more oil in there. It's quite dry. That's looking better. So yeah, now I'm just going to cook this until it's nice and soft. I'm just going to season it with some salt and pepper as well. Okay, now I've got some whole grain mustard here. I'm just going to put a teaspoon in there. And I've got some Dijon mustard here I'm just going to put in as well, just to make it a little bit creamy. Just give that a good stir through and let it cook. I'll just add some water. This is just really dried out. So I add a bit of water and let it sort of simmer. But you can see that's just gone into like a nice sort of paste now. So when I put it on the onto the chicken, it's just going to be a bit easier. Now I'm just going to throw in a good heap of cheese. It's probably about a cup. And just stir that through and let it melt down a bit. Alright, so that's looking good. Now we'll move on to the chicken. So here I've got a couple of chicken breasts. I'm just going to trim them up, cut some of this fat off. These breasts are pretty good anyway. There's not much to cut off. They're just little bits of tendon and occasionally there's bits of bone in there. Okay, so now we just want to take a mallet and just pound the chicken breast until they're nice and flat. As you can see here, there's bits of chicken flying everywhere, so it's probably a good idea to get some baking paper or something just to cover them. Put them in a Ziploc bag. But that is looking pretty good, so what's that, probably half an inch thick? And just any raised bits in there, just give them a bash. So yeah, if you go too thin with the mallet, you'll just end up tearing the chicken apart. But that's looking pretty good there. Now we just take some bacon. Here I've just got 2 rashers per breast. And just lay them out fairly evenly. Try and cover up as much of the chicken as possible. So now just get the broccoli, and I'm just going to put half of it on each breast. And I'll just spread it around. And then simply fold the breast in half. Now you may need to use a toothpick or something just to pin them so they don't fold back open, but these ones seem to be holding pretty good. So I'll just leave them as is. Now here I've just got my Cully's low and slow pork rub. I know it's a pork rub, but it's pretty good on just about everything. So I'm just going to put that on these chicken breasts. Got a little bit of a spice to it, it's quite nice. But then on my wife's one, I'm just going to use my pork rub. She's not a big fan of spicy stuff, so I'll just put that one on instead. Just put it on one side and flip it over and just do the other side. And that's it. These are ready to go onto a little grate, and then we'll take them out and put them on the pellet grill. Okay, so here we are out at the Pit Boss pellet grill. I've got the my skillet on there. I'm just seasoning it, so I'll just leave that in there and then put the rack with the chicken breasts back on top. And I'm just going to put my Weber iGrill 2 probe in there as well, just to monitor those internal temperatures. Now I've got the pellet grill turned up to 170 degrees, or about 350 degrees Fahrenheit. Now these broccoli stuffed chicken breasts have been in the pellet grill for a couple of hours. The iGrill is saying the internal temperature is right. I'm just going to check it with my handheld one just to make sure. That one's looking good, and this one is looking good as well. So I'll just put that aside, pull the probes out, and take these inside and cut them up to eat. Alright, so here they are. I'll cut into my wife's one with my rub. The broccoli fillings sort of oozing out a little bit, but it's not too bad. I don't think I've lost any. That bacon's nice and crispy around the edges, cooked in the middle. The chicken's really good. Look at that, that looks good. No smoke ring on these because the pellet grill was at 175 or 350. They don't produce a lot of smoke at that temperature. It's more just heat, which is what we wanted for these. But yeah, that looks really good. Nicely cooked. Inside's nice and moist. Real good. Okay guys, so that's the broccoli and cheese stuffed chicken breast done on the Pit Boss pellet grill. I'm going to go and eat, so we will see you next time. If you haven't done so already, make sure you hit the subscribe button, turn on the notifications, and share it with your friends as well, and we'll see you again next time.